You know that feeling, right? You finally stretch out, get comfortable, scroll for just a little while, watch one more video, and then you blink, and somehow the clock on your phone reads 3 a.m. 6 hours later, your alarm tears through the silence. Your eyes feel like sandpaper. Your brain is wrapped in fog so thick you can barely remember your own name. And without missing a beat, you whisper to yourself the same promise you've been making for months. I'll go to bed earlier tomorrow. But tomorrow? Tomorrow always has a way of turning into another tonight. And yet, somehow, somewhere out there, there's always that person. That one friend who never seems to crash. That entrepreneur grinding at 5 a.m., looking sharper than ever. That guy on YouTube who casually drops into the camera. I run on 5 hours of sleep, and honestly, I've never felt better in my life. And you're sitting there thinking, how? How is that even possible? Well, here's the thing. Today, you're going to find out. You're going to understand the real science behind why certain people can sleep fewer hours and still roll out of bed feeling sharp, clear-headed, and fully charged, while the rest of the world stumbles through the morning on 3 cups of coffee and pure stubbornness. This isn't about destroying your sleep. This is about hacking it intelligently, strategically, and backed by actual science. Let's get into it. The science of real rest. Here's the first truth most people completely overlook. Sleep is not just a number. It is not simply about how many hours your body spends horizontal in the dark. What actually determines how rested you feel, how recovered you are, is the efficiency of your sleep. Specifically, it's about how cleanly and completely your brain moves through its natural sleep cycles throughout the night. Here's the breakdown. Every single night, your brain cycles through 5 distinct stages of sleep approximately every 90 minutes. You drift from light sleep down into deep sleep, and eventually into REM rapid eye movement sleep. Each of these stages is doing something critical for your mind and body. Deep sleep is your body's repair shop. This is where your muscles rebuild, your immune system strengthens, your cells regenerate, and your energy reserves get fully restocked. REM sleep? That's your brain's repair shop. This is where focus sharpens, creativity deepens, memories consolidate, and your mental processing power gets reset for the next day. When these cycles run clean and uninterrupted, when your body moves through them the way it was designed to, you can achieve full, complete recovery in as little as 5.5 to 6 hours. That's not a myth. That's biology. But here's where it gets dangerous. If your sleep is fragmented, broken up by blue light exposure, stress hormones, late-night caffeine, or general mental chaos, you could be lying in bed for 9 full hours and still wake up feeling like you got hit by a truck. The hours don't save you. The quality does. So our entire goal here isn't to find more time to be in bed. Our goal is to maximize the amount of deep sleep and REM sleep your brain actually produces per hour. That's the difference between surviving your day and absolutely owning it. The efficient sleep formula science meets practice. All right, let's get specific. Here is the complete, science-backed system that will transform your 5 to 6 hours into the equivalent of 8+ hours of genuine, powerful, restorative sleep. Step 1. Sleep at the same time every night. Yes, even on weekends. Your brain is, at its core, a creature of habit. It doesn't just prefer consistency, it thrives on it. Every time you fall asleep and wake up at the same time, you're essentially training your circadian rhythm to become more and more precise. Over time, your body begins to release melatonin automatically, on schedule, like clockwork priming you for sleep before you even hit the pillow. Research out of Stanford University has shown that irregular sleep schedules, going to bed at 11 one night, 1 a.m. the next, sleeping in on Saturday actively confuse your brain. The result? Your deep sleep becomes shorter, lighter, and far less restorative. Pick a fixed schedule. Lock it in. For example, sleep at 11 p.m. and wake at 5:30 a.m. Stick to it 7 days a week. Once that rhythm is established, your mornings will start to feel shockingly different, almost effortless. Step 2. Build your sleep around the 90-minute rule. Here's a piece of biology most people have never been taught, and it'll change how you look at every alarm you ever set. Each complete sleep cycle runs approximately 90 minutes. If your alarm pulls you out of the middle of a cycle, your body is left mid-recovery groggy, disoriented, barely functional. You know that feeling of waking up and needing 5 minutes just to figure out what year it is? That's sleep inertia. That's what mid-cycle interruption feels like. But if your alarm goes off right after a cycle completes, you wake up naturally alert. The grogginess is minimal. Your brain is already on the other side of recovery. So plan your sleep in multiples of 90 minutes. 4.5 hours, 3 full cycles, 6 hours, 4 full cycles, 7.5 hours, 5 full cycles. Don't just set your alarm for some random time. Count backward from when you need to wake up in 9 0-minute blocks and set your alarm accordingly. This single shift can change the way your mornings feel entirely. Step 3. The pre-sleep shutdown sequence. 60 minutes of deliberate wind down. This is the habit that separates the average sleeper from the truly elite. And almost nobody does it. The 60 minutes before you go to bed are not downtime. They are preparation time, the window where you either set your brain up for deep, efficient recovery, or you sabotage it before it ever gets started. Use the 3-2-1 method to build a clean shutdown routine. 3 hours before bed, no heavy meals. Your digestive system working overtime raises your core body temperature and keeps your nervous system active, both of which directly suppress deep sleep. 2 hours before bed, no work, no stress, no problem solving. If you're answering emails, running mental simulations of tomorrow's meeting, or arguing on the internet, your brain is flooded with cortisol, the stress hormone that is the sworn enemy of deep sleep. 1 hour before bed, no screens. 0. This is non-negotiable. Replace those habits with things that actually signal your nervous system to downshift. Dim, warm lighting, gratitude journaling, or meditation. A calm playlist, something in the 60 to 80 beats per minute range. Light stretching. A book, a real one, made of paper. These aren't just nice ideas. They're neurological signals. You're literally telling your brain, it's time. Stand down, let recovery begin. Step 4. Morning sunlight is your reset button. The moment you wake up, before you do anything else, don't reach for your phone. Seriously. Put it face down and leave it there. Instead, step outside. Find sunlight. Give it 10 minutes. That natural light exposure hitting your eyes in the morning does something remarkable. It resets your entire circadian rhythm for the day. It signals your brain to cut off melatonin production, which is what was keeping you asleep, and immediately triggers a surge of serotonin, the hormone responsible for mood, motivation, energy, and sustained focus throughout the day. You will feel your brain shift into gear. Not the sluggish, coffee-dependent kind of awake, but a clean, natural, neurologically grounded alertness that builds rather than crashes. This single habit alone is one of the most powerful sleep and wake optimization tools in existence, and it costs you nothing but 10 minutes outside. Step 5. Cold water and movement burn off sleep inertia immediately. When the alarm sounds, do not hit snooze. Under any circumstances, snoozing doesn't give you more rest. It gives you fragmented, low-quality microsleep that makes you feel worse and trains your brain to fear the alarm. Instead, take action immediately. Splash your face with cold water. Drop and do 20 push-ups. Throw in some jumping jacks. Do something that raises your heart rate within the first minute of waking. What you're doing is triggering a surge of dopamine and noradrenaline, two neurotransmitters that directly combat sleep inertia and snap your brain into an alert, ready state. Within 3 minutes, your energy will start climbing. Within 5, your foggy, half-asleep version of yourself will feel like a distant memory. Advanced sleep optimization. Next-level techniques for high performers. These are the upgrades. The ones that compound everything else. 1. Caffeine cutoff at 2 p.m. This one is serious. No coffee, no energy drinks, no pre-workouts after 2, 0 inches the afternoon. Full stop. Here's the science. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine, the chemical compound that gradually builds up in your brain throughout the day and signals that it's time to sleep. When you drink caffeine late in the day, it stays active in your system for 6 to 8 hours. You might fall asleep just fine, but your deep sleep drops by up to 30%. You're sleeping, but you're not recovering. Cut the caffeine early. Your deep sleep will thank you. 2. Your sleep environment is a performance tool. Most people treat their bedroom like a living room that happens to have a bed in it. High performers treat it like a recovery chamber. Here's your ideal setup. Temperature: 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, roughly 64 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. The cooler the room, the deeper your sleep. Your body needs to drop its core temperature to enter and maintain deep sleep cycles. Light. Pitch black. If you can see your hand in front of your face, it's too bright. Use blackout curtains or a sleep mask. Sound. White noise or complete silence. Eliminate unpredictable noise that can fragment your cycles without fully waking you. The colder, darker, and quieter your room, the more deep sleep your brain will generate. This is not a preference, it is physiology. 3. Magnesium and herbal support. Many people are chronically low on magnesium, and low magnesium is directly linked to poor sleep quality, restlessness, and difficulty reaching deep sleep. Before bed, consider supplementing with magnesium glycinate or winding down with a cup of ashwagandha tea. Both have been shown to calm the nervous system and support sleep quality without the dependency or grogginess that comes from pharmaceutical sleep aids. That said, always check with your doctor before adding anything new to your routine. This is about optimizing your biology, not experimenting recklessly with it. 4. Mental declutter before you close your eyes. Your brain cannot shift into deep recovery if it's still running on overdrive. Before bed, physically write down whatever is circling through your head. The unfinished tasks, the things you're anxious about, the decisions you haven't made yet. Get them out of your head and onto the page. When your mind is looping through tomorrow's to-do list, your brain stays locked in beta waves, the active, problem-solving, wide-awake state. Journaling initiates a neurological transition into alpha and theta waves. That's the state your brain needs to be in to slide smoothly into deep, restorative sleep. You're not just venting. You're engineering your brain chemistry, the mindset shift that changes everything. Let's talk about something that doesn't get said enough. Sleep is not weakness. Sleep is not laziness. Sleep is not wasted time. Sleep is a performance tool, one of the most powerful ones in existence, and it is available to you every single night for free. The culture that glorifies grinding on 4 hours of sleep and bragging about being exhausted, that culture is not building success. It's building burnout. The people who are truly performing at the highest level, who are sharp, creative, decisive, and consistent year after year, they're not sacrificing their sleep. They're mastering it. Here's the real equation. You cannot pour from an empty container. You cannot think clearly, create boldly, lead effectively, or live fully when your brain is operating on depleted energy reserves and fractured recovery. Your best ideas, your best decisions, your best self, all of it comes online when your brain has had the deep, complete recovery it was designed to receive. Optimize your sleep, and you don't just get more energy, you get more life, more clarity, more time, because when you're focused and sharp, everything takes less time. Sleep less, but sleep smarter. Train your body to sink into true deep rest, to dream fully, to recover completely, and to wake up not because an alarm forced you out of bed, but because your brain is simply done and ready. Because one day, it'll happen. You'll wake up before the alarm even goes off. Eyes open on their own, heart calm, mind already clear, already present, already ready. And in that moment, you'll understand something that no productivity hack or caffeine protocol ever taught you. You didn't need more hours. You just needed better energy. If this hit different, if you learned something real today, go ahead and like this video. It genuinely helps. And make sure you're subscribed, because next week we're going deep on the science of staying wide awake and razor focused all day long, completely without caffeine. Let's go.